Hey everybody, good morning! Coming at you with some StarCraft 2 as per usual. Zombiegrub's camera's doing some freaky outy stuff. Let me fix that. There we go. Hey, Zombiegrub, how are you feeling today?
Zombiegrub and Apollo.
Zombiegrub and Apollo in the morning!
I'm gonna miss this cat so much.
I'm so jelly, dude. My cat's been a little bit standoffish. She's mad at me, so I don't get to say goodbye to her with cuddles.
Cause she knows you're leaving?
No,
Or
because she's just a pissy old cat.
she's a pissy old woman.
Well, anyways, you guys might be wondering what's going on today, so let me fill you in on what's happening. So, we've got the Moderator Appreciation Show match going on today. That's a mouthful to say, but it's Mod Appreciation Day here on BaseTradeTV, and we want to give thanks to our moderators. Now, we don't make enough money on the channel where we could afford to pay mods. And to be honest, I really wish we did, and I really wish we could. Sorry, my eyes was like... That being said, thanks to one of our actual moderators, as well as just big supporters of the channel, Riamar, we've been able to set up this sort of event to not only have some money and good games from the players, but also raise some money for the moderators of the channel. My goal at the end of the day would be to raise enough money that the mods could at least get a couple of bucks here and there to get the free lunch, or maybe a dinner type thing. So the way it'll work is we got a Match Arena page set up. Go to !Match Arena and chat. It'll take you to the page. There's no codes for this one today because we already just had them donate $100 straight up to guarantee that all the mods would all get all the money type thing. 50% of the prize pool today will be split up amongst the moderators of BaseTradeTV. The rest of the prize pool will go towards the players. So we'll get that sorted ASAP. Now we are in the lobby for the first game of the day. It's going to be a best of 3 between Super and Scarlett. We did pick the players that our moderators also most wanted to see. Again, Moderator Appreciation Day, guys. Give them some love. So they wanted to see, originally it was Scarlett, Neeb, Beyond, and Euthermal, but due to one thing or another, there was a lot of complications post BlizzCon, and we had to replace Neeb with Super, which is unfortunate. We almost had to replace Euthermal as well, but looks like everyone should be good to go for today. Let's get this party started. So, whenever they're ready, Zombiegrub, I'm good to go.
Okay.
Awesome stuff.
Totally. Yeah, just getting everyone's PayPal because it is, with the help of Matcherino. That's how you pay out.
You mean their Twitches, right?
Shut up. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, that's a really rude way to respond to me in the morning, but I'll take it.
Shut your face.
So I have not made it public. I've uploaded it. I haven't made it public on BaseTradeTV yet, but we did our co-op from last night, by the way. For anyone interested, go check out Zombiegrub's YouTube. He won't just get very frustrated at that. And watch Zombiegrub kill us several times. In fire.
It's not entirely wrong.
Yeah, I may or may not have grabbed both of our armies and loaded them in fire.
Look. I was like really nervous. I still have not mastered Nova's pickup thing. The first time I tried it, I ended up just picking and letting go in the same exact spot, and I was like, "What just happened?"
So, well, the reason I'm making fun of this weekend is I actually just finished watching parts of that. I skipped through it just before the broadcast went live, and my favorite part is like you looked at the fire, then you looked at our army to pick it up, and put it exactly where you were looking before. So it's like you may not have realized where you were doing, but you're like subconsciously you knew what was going on.
Just right into the fire.
Anyways,
that's true.
YouTube.com/Zombiegrub, guys. Ready to check that out. I'll have it live on BaseTradeTV later today. Thank you to Electron Hammer for the 15-month resub. Kicking off the day well and spawning here in the bottom right side of Frost. We got the pink Zerg player. She's best known as Scarlett.
Best known, yeah. In the top left, as the red Protoss, he is Super.
She might also be the only player on the team that actually has an expert tag.
Way to go, Scarlett.
You're doing good, kid. You're repping your team. We're proud of you.
Best sponsor, NA.
No, I mean, no disrespect to Team Expert, but like we see Bly, Beyond got introduced by Tasteless in the finals as being teamless, and I don't blame it. Like, there's a lot of situations where the teams, I don't know what they're paying them to do, but it's clearly not where their tag on the BattleNet.
Well, it's also funny that like the North American has the European Expert like sponsor instead of Bly, who should probably be like first and foremost with the sponsor because it's like European Best Buy, I think, is what someone told me. Or wait, it's like it's a big chain basically, electronics chain. So totally great that the Canadian is doing it. But anyway.
Well, so actually, I would like to talk about that because that's a wrong mentality for advertising. We actually got a lot of that kind of feedback when I said we're going to reduce the amount of North American slots for Ting Season 3. And the reality is, it doesn't. It does to a very, very, very small degree matter whether the player themselves represents the country that you're advertising. It's a lot more about who's watching. So Scarlett's a fantastic player. Europeans are going to be watching Scarlett. It totally makes sense she gets sponsored, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It does. It's just funny that she is the only one.
Well, anyways, back on Super side of the map, I guess it's worth noting for those who have not been watching BaseTradeTV too closely. Oh, I have to turn off the mouse thing. That's going to get really annoying. Super's been playing a lot of our cups, and he's been playing these off hours as well, signing up for Corsair cups and what have you. So he's really, I'd say, accustomed to this time. Oh, is that... There's a hole in the top of the wall and the bottom.
Yeah,
okay,
I was wondering about that.
Anyways, my point of this is Super's actually a pretty fantastic player, and maybe does or does not do well with Scarlett. To be honest, Scarlett's ZVP is actually really great right now. That being said, if Super wins this and fights Beyond in like the finals, because I'm assuming Beyond beats Thermal, but maybe it won't be the case, I think Super's actually got a chance to kill Beyond. He might be the only one in the group actually who has a chance to kill Beyond.
Yeah, I guess so. Super has not been that impressive as of late, unfortunately. You know, he has won a couple of our cups and even like a really big tournament. One of our really big tournaments, and then another one that we were casting coincidentally shortly after. So like he's been good, and he's not like he's bad right now, but just hasn't been, I guess, the fearsome Protoss that we're still hoping for, because most of our tournaments are dominated either by Zerg or Terran.
Yeah, that's very true. A quick reminder, too, by the way, we are doing a celebratory giveaway. The link in chat is provided by just typing !giveaway in chat. It's a Gleam.io giveaway, so what that means is if you click on our sponsor links through it, if you subscribe to the BaseTradeTV channel, all that good stuff, you'll be entered in for a chance to win any of the 2 items listed on the page. So make sure to get into the giveaway while you can, guys.
Yep. A reminder that it's a best of 3, and this game might be over pretty quick, so maybe the longest series, as we do have a Gateway All-In coming out from Super. It's fairly common on Frost, I would say, and I'm not entirely still sure exactly why. It's not like it's really hard to scout on Frost, especially if you get metabolic speed, not metabolic boost, Overlord speed is what I'm thinking about, but it is, and...
Carapace.
Thank you. And Scarlett, I don't think recognizes that it will now. She does.
Well,
it's a lot, that many adepts.
She's making some of the right moves, but the timing's not quite there, right? Like the Baneliness isn't out yet. The +1's not done. 5 Queens is going to be pretty nice. It's going to be, for the Queens, the hardest part is going to be keeping up with the adepts, right? Like which way do they go? Spine Crawler is coming down as well in each base to try and buy a little bit more time as well when they transfer through, but that first Spine Crawler is going to go down pretty quick. No cancel even, gets a straight up kill.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. This is going to be killed too. There you go, and all the drones as well. I mean, putting a Spine Crawler each mineral line helps alleviate the pressure a little bit, so if you are prepared, you still don't lose like those 15 drones that you just are almost guaranteed to. But she's not really prepared. The Spine Crawlers are like the least of her worries right now, because also the Banelings probably will be on up.
Super's not quite spread out though. She could get some decent shots. Looks like she's gonna get them on the right side, but then the Queens have to deal with the left. And if the Queens go down, there's nothing left to shoot that Warp Prism. Surround with the lanes doing best they can. It's a little bit dicey for Scarlett, but I think these Warp Ins out of Super might just be a bit much. She manages to squeeze in a couple more Banelings. I don't even know where those came from, but spreading out the Adepts to the best of his capabilities. I think he's got this, and she's out of army to fight with.
Yeah. Super definitely could have been already like dominating had he split a little better with both of those attacks, but it's pretty much good enough. Like the production of Adepts just we've learned this, right? Ever since Dark like introduced the Baneling style in the defense, it looked amazing, and then it, you know, I just realized split a little bit. And it really has come down to the only way to defend against this type of attack. That was pretty damn good. Once again, Super not splitting.
Right,
I was going to say is both Lings and Banelings and Roaches.
Well, so here's the problem. Like, that was a really great hit out of Scarlett, but she's still probably going to die here. A big part of this being the Baneliness actually having gone down. You know, her drone count stayed alive through this. Funny enough, Super hasn't actually touched much of the drone line. However, despite having the +1 and despite still having a couple Banelings, there's just no way to really deal with this. For Scarlett, those Queens have been nowhere close to the Warp Prism to take it down. And that thing's staying power is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, she's tried to snipe it on several different occasions. That's why it's so low already. but unfortunately, like, you know, went off creep the last time she tried to snipe it.
Oh,
and
just using the spawning pool. If that goes down, that is absolutely it.
She's already rebuilding it. I mean, she has a Baneliness on the way too, but I just don't think there's enough here. Like I said, like, she didn't scout this, first of all. You know, she didn't actually get in there and see all the gateways. She saw Robo building, which is like a little suspicious because they can get an early Warp Prism. You just don't know if it's, you know, 4 gateways or 7. But she did see, like, you know, at the natural, and she probably could have sent an Overlord in, but I guess she just wasn't anticipating this as the first attack, the first game. Or she was just way too confident in a Baneling defense.
There's this degree as well. We're not remembering where Scarlett really hates the depths, like bane of her
well,
existence.
Super chose bane of her existence. Yeah. No, it's absolutely true. I mean, if Super knows that, then kudos to him because it's totally the case. But it is odd, like, not that this attack isn't powerful. Like, anyone can lose to it. I'm not saying that Scarlett's like, you know, what are you doing, buddy? But it is something that's kind of odd. A lot of people have recognized that you need every single type of unit, basically, that you can to defend against it. You know, yeah, you can get Banelings, but also some Roaches. Because, you know, every single time there was, like, a couple of leftover Adepts, and the Lings couldn't quite kill them. You know, that's where the Roaches come in. You get a couple Corrosive Bile that helps take care of the Warp Prism as well. It's usually how we've been seeing the defense against that, but she just didn't. She only went for the Banelings, and it didn't quite work out.
By the way, I would like to give a big stern thank you to Partoof, donating $10 to the prize pool, as well as Marcos4912, adding $5. He says, "One day I will join your ranks, but that day is not today, I think." So enjoy my hard-earned dollars, Ace Gate. Very nice. Yeah, if you guys want to contribute to this, not just the prize pool, but also, and more importantly, like the moderator, I guess, call them payouts, I guess? Dinner fund, whatever you'd like to refer to it as. !Matcherino in chat will bring you to the Matcherino page. And again, 100% of the money today earned is going to go between either the players or the mods. We're not taking any of it. We don't want to take any of it. We even put some of our own money into it. Like, make sure to contribute if you've enjoyed this channel. This will be the one time I've ever really like asked for donations straight up for something like this. It's a good cause. If you've enjoyed the channel, these guys volunteer daily to make sure that your chat's not full of ridiculousness. Some of you out there will actually not appreciate that we're appreciating the mods, and I get that. You've been banned, you've been timed out, you've been not able to talk about what you want to talk about. That's fine. But for the rest of us who do enjoy the chat environment that is BaseTradeTV, the ability to sit there and not see spam and garbage and Twitch cancer, etc., please consider donating, because these guys, again, they volunteer every single day to help make sure that all this stuff is an enjoyable experience for you all.
Yeah, I see some people already donating, and that's super, super cool.
That being said, let's get into King Sage on Station, shall we?
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. I kind of hope that Super just realizes that Scarlett's weakness is Adept and tries that again.
Or hope that Scarlett wins.
Oh, yeah, I meant that, yeah.
Real quick note, guys, for those just joining us, we don't have proper brackets set up for this because this was kind of a mishmash of a thing thrown together, and it is a WCS style group, so this is a preliminary match. There will be a winner's match and a loser's match afterwards, but more on that in a moment. Spawning the bottom right side of King Sage Young Station, we got the pink Zerg player, ladies and gentlemen, Scarlett.
The top left as the red Protoss. He is super good at making Adepts.
Oh, that was actually really good. That's like I wish you would do more of those, actually. That was just bravo.
Wow, really? Great. Anyways, well, to elaborate a little more on why I say that Super should probably do it, like, less of a joke, but more just like serious, like, that is probably his best plan. Not that he's bad in the late game or mid game or whatever, but like, that is seriously one of her weaknesses. If you don't like kill her, then you're just gonna get in her like head a little bit, just make her grit her teeth. For Scarlett, of course, it's just a factor of like, well, I hope she, you know, can defend better against it. If you have the 9 Banelings ready to go at the start and you snipe the Warp Prism at the start, that all in looks silly, you know? And that's probably what she was hoping for, but it didn't quite work out that way. But I mean, even if it's just like a Warp Prism with 4 gateways or 3 gateways and just light harassment, she could probably have some trouble with that too. And Super, and if the best thing you can do is make Adepts, then this is a good series to be Super.
That's very true. Thank you, Secretars to Kill, for being overly passionate about Brood War for 17 months in a row.
I thought you were going to say overly passionate about Scarlett.
Oh, that too. Actually, I keep forgetting. That's right. Second Hurts to Kill is like a massive Scarlett fan, so he must be super enjoying what's going on today then. Because I guess I'm a little bit interested. First off, we got a lot of these guys who play in our cups regularly, but it also doesn't mean they play against each other. And Scarlett doesn't fall under either of those categories, so she's really the wild card out in this group today.
Yeah.
I do want to see her do well, though. It is worth noting, too,
Yeah.
just for those who have not actually looked at the pricing, everybody who plays today is going to get money. This is based off the calculations made before I went to bed when the prize pool was $725 total, so half that going to the mods, the other half going to the players. I think like first place is like 200 something, second place like 100,
Nice,
third place and fourth place are like $37. I think that's just me trying to top of my head. Point is, everybody gets some money no matter how well or bad they do today.
Yep, and it's already increased just the tiniest bit, but that sounds about right. I don't want to do the math either. But yeah, everyone gets a little bit of something. So, okay, I forgot last game. This is what makes it extra funny that Scarlett might have been a little caught off guard, was that he had 2 holes in his wall, and she got in with the Lings last game too. Of course, they died before she saw, the important stuff, but it is funny, as he, I think, once again? Oh no, he only has 1 opening this time. Of course, there's a Baneling bust. These pylons would be so vulnerable. But it's a Void Ray opener, and I kind of forgot that Super does this. He likes, Stargate openers, totally, an okay build on any map, really, for Protosses, but especially King Sedong Station, I would say it's pretty popular. Most people just open up with an Oracle. But, no, not Super. He likes a Void Ray.
I used to be the biggest fan of Void Rays, and a lot of that had to do with watching people like Arthur and others abuse them, but more to recent days, I just haven't seen them be that effective. The only reason I can get behind the idea of a Void Ray is if you're worried about there just being so many links to deal with, the Oracle will eventually run out of energy, and you just want something that can fire forever. Other than that, just clearing up Overlords, they'll get the job done too, but it's really a expensive Overlord killer, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. a second Overlord killer too. It seems excessive. I liked this back when Super... Well, I guess he wasn't doing that well, but in the beginning of Legacy of the Void, because there was a lot of Roach Ravager all-ins, and of course they deal with the Roaches really quickly, and even the Ravagers, they're still quick enough to dodge Curse of Biles, and it's damage that can't be stopped, basically. So I liked it when he did it back then, but I don't think that's nearly as popular anymore. I don't think Scarlett relies on it either. She's not like an all-in type of player all the time. Certainly she has her weird builds and her all-ins, but it's just something that Super sticks with. What's funny, and this is what he's doing, is that if you want to, you can kill Overlords, you can use them defensively, or you can try and snipe Queens and then get a couple of drones. Well, usually, Zergs are a little overeager on their Queen count, though, and it doesn't work.
He's got the Void Race here. If the Queens aren't responding, Scarlett would lose a lot of Overlords, and they could be real messy.
That's true. I was thinking about the drones, but the Overlords are there, too.
No, I'm not sure.
That's what I mean about the Queens.
I'm not sure who's responsible for this, but thanks for the Dear Nadia host, whomever may have done that. Appreciated. Links starting across the map.
Subs? BaseTradeTV bot, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get caught up on that in a moment. It seems like we've had that issue over the last couple of days, right? Where Twitch alerts and Twitch chat won't show subs, but then the bot will catch them for some reason. I don't know what's up with that.
Super weird. All right. Okay, so we got fairly quick robotics bay here. This is the same time as the Twilight Council, basically, which is odd. It might be for Colossus, actually. Of course, some Koreans, specifically Koreans, have been going for faster Colossus versus Terran, which is kind of cool, but I get to see it really versus Zerg. So I want to say Disruptors, but Void Ray Colossus, that sounds like a Wings Liberty throwback. 82 Partoof! For the 37-month resub.
I've heard of that guy before. Why does that name sound so familiar?
He stole the name from the coins we give out.
Oh, probably. No, thank you, Partoof. Partoof been with us since even before BaseTradeTV was a thing. Back on the old Zeke TV days. So thank you, Partoof, for being awesome and sticking with us for so long, man. Partoof also used to be head moderator once upon a time here on the channel, so very appropriate he shows up for Mod Appreciation Day, because new mods are old. We appreciate everyone who's helped build up the BaseTradeTV community.
Yeah. It is Colossus, by the way, which is so funny to me. I mean, it also have Resonant Glaives on the ground, which is also it's very. This is basically like the anti-Hydralisk army eventually, and unfortunately, Scarlett is getting Hydralisk. I don't know if she's expecting mass air. All she's ever seen is the Stargate, and the third base was taken with a Forge, which might like be like okay, I guess there's 2 more Stargates.
Such an odd composition, Void Race and Colossus. I don't even know what to make of this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's very Wings of Liberty. This is like the death ball, right, that you would eventually want to get to.
Yeah.
You couldn't automatically get to it, even when everyone was bad Wings of Liberty, but it was the ultimate death ball. The difference, of course, Legacy of the Void, well, besides everyone just being a better player and the economy being changed, is also the Adepts can be added in. So Hydra's in a concave definitely won't work once there's like 2 Colossus,
Scarlett's
5
rally's
Void
messed up. This is
Adepts.
pretty big. There's a lot of units coming down through the middle of the map. Scarlett doesn't even realize it yet. He's unfortunately going to be attacking up here to the north, not paying attention, loses units to the overcharge, loses a lot of Hydras and Links in the middle of the map for free to these Colossus, but now with the reinforcements finally catching up to the rest of the reinforcements, maybe she can fight in 2 clusters. There's not really that many units out for Super. He's got really good units, don't get me wrong, but there's not that many of them. So if those Banelings get to connect, if the Colossus go down, it could be really bad. The force fields are great at the last second.
Nice.
He pushes Scarlett back.
That was the one fear, was that the Banelings would connect with the Sentries and the Adepts. Now they finally are, but there's not enough Hydras after everything is said and done.
No, the Void Rays even survive enough to push that back. 5 health on this one bad boy. Base actually gets up as well, so Super will be transferring over to keep mining, and he's looking to be in a prime position in this game. I do want to give a big thank you, by the way, to Hard Revenge, who's donated $5 to the Match Arena Fund. Says, thanks for tolerating my shit posting. Boris face, no space. And then Hello Zergling just recently donated $20, saying, Trundle you beautiful ace Kates. Trundle.
Oh god. You know, it's been like a year since that joke even came into...
I know, it's becoming one of those things where like you really had to be super cool to know like what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's appropriate. Those that don't know, it's because Scarlett said trundling. But, she's not really trundling so well with the Banelings in this game.
Well, the rolling in wasn't a problem, it was the force fields, really.
That's true. That's true.
I love this. You got Poison Ivy and Part Falcon both dropping some kinks in chat. Always the cutest thing when she does that. Alright, we do have the Nexus in the middle of the map gonna go down. Unfortunate for Supers. He did just recently get this up, but the probes transfer in, they're just gonna hit the long distance mine. He'll hold on to this for the time being with the army, and this side has been abandoned, so Scarlett might be able to get in here and get a little bit of damage. The army is, of course, not quite here. 2 cannons go down real quick. Blink is possibly a vulnerable thing, but no, it looks like she won't be able to get that either. You know, at this point, I really like the idea of lurkers, but I'm thinking with what's on the field, like Vipers are gonna be way better.
Agreed. It's so funnily enough, like most of the players we cast, I would say, apart from like I guess Rain or something, they've been in StarCraft 2 for a very long time. You know, at least like 4 years, I would say. But what's funny is that Void Ray Colossus is actually such an old composition. That it was Wings of Liberty like 2011. It's totally different with Adepts, so there's not even really any point bringing up the history and like would Scarlett know how to react to this. But there might be something just because it is weird to do in Legacy of the Void that she's kind of like, well, oh, okay, I thought I had to deal with Void Rays, but now I have to deal with a bunch of Splash and anti-light units.
11 Lurkers is going to be a lot of damage and difficult for Super to break through without his own Immortals or Disruptors. So we'll see how well they do. The reason I'm not sure I'm feeling this so great for Scarlett is because this will be a great defensive tactic, but not something she can take across the field anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. It's going to be a little scary.
Some of the Hydras back here also getting boxed in the corner. That's going to cost her quite a bit. She'll take out some units on the way out, but the Lurkers managed to actually burrow the front lines. They get on top of that Nexus. This base should probably go down. 9 probes to die with it. Super's not going to respond to this by attacking directly into it, though. He is going to instead fly into Scarlett's own 4th.
Oh, he had High Templar still, and I was wondering if he was looking for ducks, but nope, turns into Archons, unfortunately, in front of the army. Almost loses a Colossus. A 5th one joins the army, and I think that Super just needs to kite back and get one Lurker after another.
Well, that's where Scarlett tried to put Lurkers in each base, but there's cannons down, and thank God for that, or Super would have lost a lot more. This is where the Void Rays really shine, though, because while he doesn't have Immortals, the Void Rays also can't be shot by the Lurkers, so it's not too bad. Scarlett has about 17 probes through all of this, and she maintains her 4th. She's actually looking to be in a pretty good spot coming out of this if she can hold on for just a little bit longer, especially with Hive on the way.
Yeah, that's a pretty good position. It's not like the super best position. A super can expand. He can even probably double expand, but it's a good position.
Yeah, we got some subs to get caught up on, but Gurney, excuse me, Gurney
Excuse you.
just donated $25 with the hearts. Thank you so very much. I'm not sure if that's intended for us or for the moderator prize pool. Let us know if you meant to put that in the moderator prize pool, please. Keep an eye out in chat for you. But thank you for the $25. Either way, super duper appreciated.
Yep. Well, Scarlett is, I mean, this has gone beyond 2 Colossus, a handful of Adepts, and, you know, that's basically it. This is 5 Colossus with a large gateway force and enough force fields that obviously Super can use to be very, very scary for what is mostly Hydras now. You know, making 23 more Hydras. Like, force fields right here would probably obliterate her army if she went too far forward with the Lurkers, because, okay, that Warp Prism. But the Lurkers are kind of like the anchor that's making Super leave. If it's just Hydras, totally pushes in there. I think it would have pushed in there with the amount of Colossus he had, but I'm not sure if he had detection. Detection that you could depend on. Because one thing about having, like, you know, 25 Hydras is that you can definitely snipe Preservers.
Well, Scarlett's army, while large in number, is slow in response, and these Adepts actually get quite a bit done. The base goes down, that sucks, and this once again bottom left under attack. This is so tough for her to deal with no way to bring these units closer to her. As we see, the Void Rays are just annihilating things. And 99% of the time, I really don't like Void Rays, but these have just been absolutely phenomenal this game. Scarlett's army just dies the second it engages, and this is not looking good for her.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I'm watching Idra back in. No, I'm just kidding. But that was certainly a case of sticking on Hydras for too long and not being able to cut the Colossus count down repeatedly. If only at 1 or 2 Colossus, it's okay, but 5 is a lot. What a weird game by Super.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Both games are a little bit, I guess, less than you would expect for what is quote-unquote normal, but congratulations. We'll move on to the winners match. Scarlett will fall to the losers, and now we'll go find Beyond versus Euthermal. We're a little bit ahead of schedule, so I'm not sure if we'll find them easily. Excuse me. But a couple things to mention. Again, !match arena if you would like to contribute to the prize pool for this tournament. Give the players some money and the moderators a bit of cash as a thank you for their hard and dedicated work. Alternatively, there's a giveaway going on. !giveaway in chat. We'll link you to said giveaway, so make sure to get into that while you guys can. We want to give away some free stuff to celebrate hitting 10K subs on YouTube and also to celebrate our trip to Korea. We have a video both on YouTube and on Twitch. It's the first time I've used Twitch upload feature, so you guys can watch our video about going to Korea as well. It's about 5 minutes long and I'd say informative to say the least. Before we go to this first ad break, though, I do want to thank Vintage SC and Scott G159 for the brand new subs. One's a Twitch Prime sub, one's a regular sub, but we love you both equally. We also had several resubs. Marish just now with 27 months. ZGB Hoy, ZGB Hoy, ZGB Hoy. Ugh. Axiac for 10 months. Le Jodet for 18. It says time sure flies when you're having StarCraft. And I think that's everybody. And if I missed anyone, shout out to you and sorry that we didn't see it. But I'm going to go to that commercial break while we find Euthermal and Beyond. We'll see you guys soon.